Hi friends, for today's video, we are doing a fun summertime inspired Chanel makeup look. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now offer an online beauty consulting service, which is where you get to talk to me one-on-one and you get to ask me any questions you might have relating to beauty. So whether you have questions about the makeup you currently own, or if you want some advice about makeup items or skincare you'd like to buy in the future, the benefit of my service is I don't work for any brand in particular, so I'll just give you my unbiased advice on what I think works best for you. So to make your appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, so for today's video, I did pick up some new items, but these are new to me. These are part of the permanent collection, so it's like a haul of nothing new. There's the Les Beiges collection coming out shortly in Canada, but in about a week or so. So let me just walk you through the items that I recently picked up. The first one here is this Ombre Première in silver pink. And I was just sort of reminiscing about these old launches, not old, but from a few years ago. And I really liked this formula, and I never bought silver pink when it first came out. So I decided to give it a try because it always looked so beautiful. I will definitely find multiple ways to use this. I think this could be a gorgeous one and done look, or you could mix it for something more complicated too. I just remember when this Ombre Première series launched, it was launched at the same time as the single powder shadows, and that was a really big deal, and it was a lot of fun. It was just really pretty, and I don't know, I was like kind of reminiscing, and I was like, oh, I want something new, but like new to me, not actually new. And then I bought myself this lip gloss here. This is the Rouge Coco Gloss, and this is 100% an Alley shade. This is 752 Bitter Orange, and it is that gorgeous summer color that I love, that warm tone orangey shade that I think is super flattering, especially once we start going out and leaving our houses and getting just a little bit of sun. This is such a beautiful color, and I am definitely inspired by this shade here just to create today's look. And I really like this gloss formula. I find it's sticky, but not too sticky. And it's not going to be a lipstick. It's going to transfer or, fade away a little bit, but it does stain your lips a little. And it is a really comfortable lip gloss. And then I bought myself a new nail polish. How shocking is that? This is Arancio Vibrante. Not new to me, and it's the nail polish that I'm wearing today. So on the theme of this like flaming orangey red, I wanted a nail polish close to this because I have this other one here called Espadri, which I've been wearing off and on for the past few weeks, and I've been getting tons of comments and asking where I got it from, and it is Chanel, but I believe this is discontinued because this was part of Les Beiges collection from like 5 years ago. But if you like this like orangey red color, I think this Arancio Vibrante is perfect. It's a very good dupe. I think Espadri is slightly more yellow, but it's really, really close. I think they're very good dupes for each other. So if you like one, I think you'll like the other. And I think there's something very Chanel about matching your nail polish to your lip. I don't know, something about that I just find very Chanel. I remember when I was working for Chanel, when I was at the counter, I would often try to do that at work. I would try to match my nail polish to my lip. I don't know if anyone actually does that anymore, but I used to. And then I bought myself a quad. This is Tissé Rivoli. Now, I've tried this tons of times in the past, but I never actually owned a actual compact like this. Like I had samples of it, but I love this one here. It's very much like a one and done, even though it's a quad. Very easy, very simple, very beautiful, and I love the formula. It's this soft, satiny finish, very blendable. I think one of the shades turns a little bit more purpley on me, so I might avoid that one for today, but in general, this quad is excellent. So those are the new to me items, and let's go ahead and create this fun summer look. So for the lips, I'm using a lip balm. This is the Les Beiges lip balm in Warm. Perfect as a lip balm and also as a primer for my lips for this orangey shade here. So I'm going into silver pink with a little brush applicator that comes with. This will be sort of like a base color. You know, don't be scared to mix textures and colors together. It's always good to put cream on the bottom and then powder over top. Now let's go into Tissé Rivoli and let's go into this bottom color down here. So as I've stated, I've used this before, but I've never owned it in the compact because back in the day when I used to work for Chanel, when you would start your shift, you were allowed to go in early to do your makeup. So if there was a new collection, a new palette, you know, something you wanted to showcase, you could go in and, you know, you clean and disinfect everything, and then you could just wear the products. And so on days that I didn't really know what I wanted to wear, I would just go with Tissé Rivoli because it was just always so pretty. And it doesn't take that much to look very pretty. I'm just going in with a fluffy blending brush, also Chanel. I'm gonna list all of the brushes that I use in the description box. So I'm just going to sweep this over top of silver pink just to enhance the look a little bit, and then bring it up into the crease here as well. And going in early at the counter to do my makeup was actually really convenient because I would just leave work early. So like the half hour I would normally do at home, I would just leave a half hour earlier and go do that at the counter. And I remember specifically with one collection, I think it was like 2016, it was like the LA summer LA collection. It was like the super bright blue. There was a beautiful palette, like a blush palette with like stripes on it. That was such an amazing collection. But there were specifically blue eyeshadows. There was a couple of the cream singles and then one quad, and I would go in and put that on before opening the store. Now using a tapered brush, I'm going into this color up here. And so with that blue palette, like the reason you would wear it is because you wanted to show clients how they could wear it. I mean, you could apply it on clients, but you know, when someone would walk in and see this like beautiful blue look, they'd be like, oh my goodness, what are you wearing? And then I would say, it's this collection here. But the problem was this collection sold out so quickly. And so one day I had to like do a little quick costume change. I had to change my makeup because we sold out of that collection so quickly, and people were like, oh, that looks so beautiful, what are you wearing? And I was like, oh, thank you, you can't buy it, it's sold out. So that was a fun memory. But I loved that collection. I wish I picked up more of those items. I think that was the last collection, like when I left Chanel, that was one of the last collections that was there, and it was so beautiful. I love how vibrant and bright it is. Definitely more in the cool tone with the blue and pink, but it was still like a very fun, hot summer look. I'm just taking this little darker shade down here in the lash line down here. I love this formula, the Tissé formula. I know it wasn't for everyone, but I love how soft it is. You know, it has this nice little shimmer finish, like a satin. And you know, it isn't matte, so I can imagine if you don't love like a satin finish, maybe it isn't for you, but I actually quite like it. Now I'm just gonna go back into this color here, the one that I was like blending with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to press it in the center here just to give a bit more highlight. So for the liner, I'm going into Brun Agapé because I want to keep this sort of satiny light color. This is a brown, but it has a little bit of shift to it. So this is going to be my liner for today's look. And then the mascara is going to be the Volume in black. That's my favorite one. I know they have colors like blue and like a maroon, green, but I don't know, black is always my favorite. All right, so for my foundation, or a foundation I should say, I'm going into my Water Fresh tint. I'm in the shade Medium. This came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was part of a Les Beiges collection. And I have to say, it's still one of my favorite complexion items. It's very light, but it just blurs just enough to cover And it does feel like a nice burst of water and hydration when you first apply it. It does come with its own little brush. I personally prefer this one. This is the brush that comes with the Sublimage foundation in a jar, but I actually like this one, like this brush the most. I usually do 2 pumps to get the coverage that I want, but coverage is like very loose here. It's very much just like your skin, but better. A skin tint is a better way of describing it than a foundation, because it's not gonna hide much discoloration or imperfections, but I kind of like it, especially now that it's getting warmer. It's kind of nice to let your skin breathe. So for the concealer, I will in fact be cheating. I'm going into my Clé de Peau concealer in the shade Almond. So my American and European counterparts have received this year's Les Beiges collection here in Canada. As I stated, it's coming soon, not soon enough. Now, I'm not certain what to buy from this collection this year. The Les Beiges collection for me always is a little bit hit and miss. Historically, I have not loved the eyeshadow formula. I just find that it's really personally not my favorite, but I know a lot of you do. I've heard from a lot of people who self-describe as having more mature eyes, and they say that they really love the formula. So I'm thinking I might pick up one of the 2 palettes. There's a darker, deeper one and one more pinky. I'm sort of leaning more towards the darker one that has like maybe a little bit more gold to it, but please let me know in the comments which of these 2 palettes you'd like to see me review, because I don't think I'll buy both. I know a lot of people have bought both right away. I don't know, for me, I only want to buy the things that will actually be used in my collection and I'll actually have a chance to use more than once, even though I do have a huge collection. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of wasteful just to buy the whole collection if I know I'm not really gonna reach for it. So we'll see. And then there's a new cream bronzer, which I don't really think is meant for me. I think it's meant for deeper skin tones. So I might get it, but also like I don't think it was intended for my skin tone. And then the powder bronzers, like the Les Beiges powders, those are not coming out with like a new compact or new design. Usually the Les Beiges compacts have a new logo, new detail every year. This year it's the one from last year. And then of course there's going to be some new lipsticks. I might get a lipstick, we'll see. I bought a bunch of Rouge Coco Bloom recently, but these I think are the Rouge Coco Flash, which I really love. And then there's nail polish. The nail polish, I'm thinking of getting one, maybe like the darker one, just because I love Chanel nail polish and I think they look really lovely. Now for the face powder, I'm going into my Chanel Les Beiges Compact. This is number 20. Usually I'm a 30 or sometimes even 40 in foundation, but for a powder, I like to go with the 20 just because I find something about the powder looks too dark. It looks too dark if I go with the 30, especially if I put anything under my eyes. So 20 it is for me. Now for the bronzer, I'm going into a deeper Les Beiges Compact. This is the one from last year with the rope motif. It reminds me of like a sailboat or being on the Mediterranean. And this one is called Sunset, which I think would translate to maybe a 40 or a 50, I think. But it has a really beautiful finish. So that's going to be today's bronzer. And I'm in fact going to use a little bit of this in the crease here. Using the fluffy brush from before, I'm just placing this in the crease, and the point isn't for people to say, wow, she has bronzer on her eyes. It's just to mix the colors together. Now I'm going into that same brush from before, and I'm just going to press this gently and also bring it on the bottom lashes here. And since we're back on the eyes for a second, I'm taking an even more pointed side to the dual-ended brush here. And I'm going into the light white color here. And I'm just going to place a little bit on the inner corner. And I'm also going to highlight my brow bone a little bit. Okay, let's go back to the bronzer. Now that I've used it as eyeshadow, let's use it as actual bronzer here. All right, beautiful. Looks like I got a little bit of sun damage. I'm very happy with that. Now for the blush, let's go into something really fun. So close. I know, it looks very intimidating at first. It is a very bright tangerine color, but it will look lovely with this entire look here. So the key with So Close is to use very little and then gradually add some more. See, that's quite a bit, so I might have to fix that, but that's okay. It's going to give me my tangerine summer dream look. All right, let's go into some highlighter. While this is a summer look, I am extra. So I'm going into my Les Beiges liquid highlighter. This is the Sheer Healthy Glow fluid highlighter in the shade Sunkissed. And now for the last touch, let's go into this beautiful orangey gloss. All right, this is the finished look with my juicy red lips. Something about matching my nail polish to my lip color is so extra and so fun. And I don't do it every day, but when I do, I just feel like an extra level of extra. And it's not something that people notice, but I notice it on myself, so I really like it. To fully complete our look, we have to go in with fragrance. And I have two options here. I have the Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Toilette, or I have the Coco Mademoiselle Summer Edition. This is the light fragrance mist, and it's new and limited for this summer here. I think Mademoiselle is perfect for this look here. I mean, she's perfect for a lot of looks, but to me, I imagine Mademoiselle on the Mediterranean this time of year. So what I'm going to do is layer. I'm going to go in with Eau de Toilette first, and then the light mist afterwards. The Eau de Toilette gives me the beautiful orangey zest, a little bit of musk, less patchouli than the Eau de Parfum. And I think layering the mist over top is fantastic because this is definitely intended to be a layering product, either on your hair, on your skin, if you're using the shower gel, or if you put on the perfume earlier in the day. Just adding it as like a little joues, a little pick-me-up during the day is exactly what this is meant for. So I think both of these are a perfect combination for today's look. Make sure to sound off down below. Let me know what your vote is for the Les Beiges eyeshadow palettes. If you live in other parts of the world and you've already tried some items from the new Les Beiges collection, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts and which items you think I should skip and the ones that I should not skip whatsoever. Sound off below. I certainly hope you enjoyed this type of video where I shop the permanent collection from Chanel and do like a little mini haul of nothing new. I really enjoy it. I feel like I get to revisit some old favorites, or sometimes it's items that I've been meaning to buy for a while and I just never got around to it for some reason, and it's much more leisurely shopping the permanent collection. Nothing is being sold out, nothing is limited edition, it's just much more casual. So I hope you enjoy this series as well. If you're new to my channel, I certainly hope you take the time to subscribe, and you can also hit that notification bell on the side to be notified whenever I post a new video. So alright guys, I think this is it. I think this is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.